Hello everyone. Now this is another video on chapter sources of energy class 10. Now moving towards the next topic in this particular chapter, that is nothing but the alternatives or non-conventional sources of energy. Under that, in the last video we have learned about solar energy. Now today we are going to learn about how we are going to derive the energy from the sea. Then why we are going to derive the energy from the sea? Because our 79% of our earth's surface is covered with the sea water. That's why it is the biggest source from which we can derive the energy. So there are three different ways with which we can derive the energy from the sea. Now our topic is energy from the sea under non-conventional sources of energy. Our first one is the tidal energy. Then you must know about high tides and low tides. High tides and low tides are occurred in the sea because of the gravitational pull of the moon. At the time of new moon and full moon, the moon changes its position. Moon changes its position with respect to earth. So the distance is going to increase or decrease. At the time of full moon, आपको जब वो बड़ा दिखाई देता है, the distance goes on decreasing. As the distance between the earth and the moon decreases, the force of attraction between the earth and moon increases. Distance decreases, force of attraction increases. And because of full moon, जिसे हम पूर्णिमा बोलते हैं, the water level of the sea rises in the upward direction because of the gravitational pull of the moon. Moon समुद्र के पानी को ऊपर खींचता है. That's why water level rises. And at the time of new moon, अमावस्या जिसे हम बोलते हैं, then the distance increases. That's why force of attraction decreases. So water level goes on decreasing. So because of this particular movement of water, we are going to derive the energy from these high tides and low tides. So in what way? This is only the demonstration, we can say, that how we can harness the energy from the tidal forms. Okay, see, this is the simple construction. That is only the part to understand the working. This is not the actual work. Okay, see, this particular part is the sea area, sea water, and this is the coastal area, and here we are having a narrow opening. इधर सारे बीच का एरिया है, सैंड है. So here we are having a narrow opening. So because of this narrow opening, the water is going to strike on this particular area with the greater force. Area decreases, force of attraction, or we can say area decreases, pressure of that particular water on that area increases. Area is inversely proportional to pressure. So we select this particular narrow area and construct one wall over it. वहाँ पे क्या बना दी हमने? वॉल. सो दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया बिकम्स योर डैम एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज योर सी. तो यहाँ पे हम पानी रोकने की कोशिश करेंगे. देन व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैपन एट द टाइम ऑफ हाई टाइड्स? वाटर लेवल ऑन द सी इंक्रीजेस. पानी कहाँ से बढ़ेगा? सी लेवल का पानी बढ़ेगा. अब सी लेवल का पानी बढ़ेगा तो डैम का पानी उसके कंपैरिजन में कैसे होगा? नीचे. सो सी हैविंग अ हाई प्रेशर एंड डैम हैविंग अ लो प्रेशर एट द टाइम ऑफ फुल मून. जब सी वाटर raised in the upward direction, so as compared to dam, समुद्र का पानी ऊपर होगा और डैम का पानी नीचे. So high pressure and low pressure, because of that water starts moving from sea to dam at the time of high tides. इधर का पानी बढ़ेगा and it is moving towards the dam, high pressure to low pressure. And because of this movement of the sea water, turbine starts rotating, and rotating turbines with the help of generator produces electricity. This is the simple way. And at the time of new moon, now the dam having, now here the low tides. So because of these low tides, the dam having the high pressure now. अब डैम का पानी ऊपर होगा और समुद्र का पानी नीचे जा चुका होगा. At that time the water starts moving from dam to the sea in this direction. High pressure to low pressure. Again the turbine starts rotating and again your generator produces electricity. This is the way how we can derive the energy from high tides and low tides, by constructing the dams on this particular narrow openings. Are you getting me? This is tidal energy. Next one is sea wave energy. Talking about sea wave energy, again we select the narrow openings. Then why we select the narrow openings? Because area कम होगा. So when water strikes on that particular area, pressure is more. So when that particular sea waves are going to move towards the coastal area, we select the area which is having a narrow opening. Here we construct a concrete work. जहाँ पे ये concrete work है, here we are having a window so that air comes in or comes out. So that is your window. ये आपको जो opening दिख रही है ये window है. Here we construct a turbine and this is the opening. जैसे ही sea waves आएंगे और यहाँ पे टकराएंगे, उस कंस्ट्रक्शन में जो भी हवा होगी वो कहाँ जाएगी? In the upward direction. So turbine starts rotating. And whatever the air inside this construction moves in the upward direction, बाहर निकल जाएगा because water strikes on that area. जैसे पानी टकराएगा हवा ऊपर जाएगी, turbine starts rotating and rotating turbine produces electricity. फिर वो टकरा के पानी वापस भी आएगा. जब पानी वापस आएगा फिर से ये कंस्ट्रक्शन खाली हो जाएगा, फिर से यहाँ से हवा कहाँ आएगी? अंदर. In this way, by utilizing this movement of water, we can harness the energy from sea waves. That is called as sea wave energy. यहाँ पे विंडो रखेंगे. This is your turbine. जैसे पानी इस खाली एरिया में टकराएगा यहाँ की हवा ऊपर जाएगी, टरबाइन स्टार्ट्स रोटेट. जैसे पानी वापस आएगा हवा फिर से अंदर आएगी. That is high pressure to low pressure. In this way we can derive the energy from sea wave. Are you getting? Okay. Now the third one, ocean thermal energy. Ocean मतलब sea, thermal means heat. So here we are going to utilize the heat energy absorbed by the ocean, called as ocean thermal energy. See the construction. This is only the diagram to discuss how it works, not the exactly working. Okay, see. This is the upper layer of the sea and this is the lower layer of the sea. Upper layer and lower layer must have the difference of near about 2 kilometers. Upper layer is exposed to the sun. That's why this one is the hot particular layer, and as compared to the water in the deeper area. Water in the deeper area is cold water and on the surface it is hot water. And these particular layers having the temperature difference near about 20 degrees Celsius. Not at all the time, but the average difference between the surface water and the water at the deeper layer at 2 kilometer downside having the temperature difference of 20 degrees Celsius. We are going to utilize this particular difference in the temperature. How we construct the particular ocean thermal power plant? Okay, here we construct the tank which consists of liquid ammonia in the upper layer of the ocean. As it is there in the upper layer of the ocean, this particular liquid ammonia gets heat up because of this particular temperature. It gets heat up and convert into steam. Hot water, this particular water in the upper surface absorb the energy from the sun, increases their temperature. That hot water gives their temperature to the particular tank which contains liquid ammonia. Liquid ammonia gets converted into steam, further runs through the pipe and rotates the turbine. This turbine rotates and it produces electricity. Again that particular steam gets stored in the steam form in the another tank. Then this cold water gets pumped up with the help of water pump. नीचे से cold water pump करेंगे ऊपर. Now this cold water comes in a contact with steam ammonia. So that steam gets condensed and again converts into liquid form. That again goes to the first tank. फिर से एक बार बता. This particular first layer gets the heat energy and gets heat up. That hot water having enough temperature so that liquid ammonia gets converted into steam. That steam further runs through the pipe and rotates the turbine, and turbine produces electricity. Then that particular steam gets again conserved into another tank. But this particular tank is provided with the cold temperature where cold water get pumped up. हम नीचे का जो ठंडा पानी है उसे ऊपर लाए. Because of this cold water, this steam get condensed and again that liquid ammonia given to the first tank. In this way the process goes on and we can utilize the temperature difference between the two layers of ocean called as ocean thermal energy. But during this all three processes we are not getting the exact amount of energy at all the times, because these particular conditions are natural conditions. We are not getting these conditions at all the time. So the construction is much costly, but not assurity to gives you the energy at the same rate. But that it comes under the non-conventional sources of energy. We are taking some risk so that we can conserve the conventional sources and getting some alternatives in the form of non-conventional sources of energy, that is energy from the sea. This is all about. Are you getting me? Okay. Now moving toward the next particular form of energy, that is nothing but geothermal energy. The small paragraphs about each source of energy is there in the textbook. If you go through all the lines about this whole chapter, definitely you will get that 3 or 4 marks as per our exam purpose. Okay. Now moving towards the geothermal energy. Now talking about geothermal energy, the meaning of geo is nothing but earth, and meaning of thermal is nothing but the heat. So geothermal means whatever the heat present in the earth, that heat we are going to utilize to convert it into electrical energy. See, suppose these 3 are the layers of the earth. The lower layer is called as core, this one is mantle, and the upper layer is called as crust. So core, mantle and crust are earth having the 3 layers. Then this core having a tremendous amount of heat energy in the form of magma, lava बोलते जिसे हम, ठीक है. Then volcanic eruption हमने देखा है, yes. So that particular magma is present in the core. The maximum heat is present in the core. This particular mantle contain rocks, and this crust contains water table, aquifer जिसे हम बोलते हैं. It is there in the 8th class. Okay, this is the particular construction. Now, because of this maximum heat present in the core, that heat comes in the upward direction and given to the rocks present in the mantle area. Because of this maximum heat, that heat is so maximum so that even rocks get melt. समझ सकते हो heat कितनी होती है, पत्थर पिघल जाते हैं. So these particular molten rocks, because of this tremendous heat, these molten rocks comes in the upward direction, because hot things always rises up. So this particular molten rock, when comes in the upward direction, that comes in the contact with the water, and that water get converted into steam. And if on the crust area, on the surface, they will get the particular cracks, they comes out in the form of springs called as hot spring. हॉट स्प्रिंग, गर्म पानी के फवारे, हॉट स्प्रिंग्स कहा जाता है, ठीक है. एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया वेयर वी गेट दिस काइंड ऑफ कंडीशन, दैट मैक्सिमम हीट ऑफ कोर इज गिवन टू द रॉक्स इन द मेंटल, that molten rocks pumped up and comes in a contact with the water table. Water gets converted into steam, and that steam comes out through the cracks on the crust in the form of hot spring. This particular area is called as hot spot. ऐसे कुछ हॉटस्पॉट पाए गए हैं न्यूजीलैंड एंड यूएसए. In all over the world it is there, but New Zealand and USA derive the energy from this particular hotspot to get converted it into electricity. So अब क्या करेंगे हम लोग, instead of having this particular hotspot और हॉट स्प्रिंग यहाँ पे हम पाइप इंजेक्ट करेंगे. So instead of coming out through the cracks, that particular steam comes through the pipe that goes towards the turbine. Again, because of that steam, turbine rotates and electricity will be produced. It's a simple thing. But what exactly happen? अगर साल के साल हम यही करते रहेंगे, so the water level at that particular hotspot goes on decreasing. So you have to dig another pipe into it so that we pour cold water को लीक होने देंगे. Because of this particular hotspot condition, it comes in the upward direction. So ठंडा पानी जाते जाएगा, गर्म होकर स्टीम मिलते जाएगी. In this way you can utilize the geothermal energy to produce the electricity. Are you getting me? So these are the different forms through which you can derive the energy: solar energy, geothermal energy, and energy from the sea under non-conventional sources of energy. Now we are having one particular source of energy left, that is nuclear energy, and which is the most important topic as related to the science, not of exam purpose, but it is very important topic and interesting topic for a particular knowledge: nuclear energy. Okay, so in the next video we are going to discuss the nuclear energy and also the topic environmental consequences under the topic sources of energy. Thank you so much.